Now, the last time I saw you was not long after Canelo versus Saunders. Billy Joe is, of course, somebody who's worked with your dad.
Yeah.
Took him to world titles, obviously on the way up as well, with British and kind of the traditional route, which I think is kind of underused now, and it's not really always that followed that much. What was it like working with Billy Joe? I mean, he's somebody who, it seems strange to say it because he's a two-weight world champion, boxed at a very high level, but there's always that feeling that potentially, at least, he could have maybe done more with his career. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely spot on, yeah, for sure. Right the way through his career, you know, lovely, you know, good person to train, hard trainer, diligent trainer. You know, he could have been better. He could have been better. I mean, on the way up, I'm only looking back myself. You've asked me, looking back. I'm not saying this is facts, but you know, I'm sure he's cut corners himself on the way up with what was in front of him because he was that good. But all them corners over that period of time, if I'm true in what I'm saying, I'm only, you know, I'm not saying this, but I just guess this. You know what I mean? All them little corners, they add up. Yeah. They add up. They add up, and yeah, that's frustrating. But that's frustrating. He's very, very talented, Billy Joe. But very, 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 very talented, as you know yourself. But a quality trainer, quality trainer to train. Yeah.
How good was he when you compare? I mean, you make a good point there about. I mean, it's one of the things that's been kind of said of Billy Joe in his career, where he sort of fought to the level of his opposition. When he had a real threat in front of him, he picked it up. When he didn't, potentially, he sort of underperformed at times. But how good do you have to be able to kind of get away with that, I guess, is probably one way of describing it. How good was he? Or is he? We don't know if he's going to come back, but you know, in the time that you worked with him and that your dad worked with him. Yeah,
well, he was very, very good. He was very, very good, but he could have been better, I believe. You know, I'm talking to you now, Rob. Yeah, he was good. He was good. He was a good character to be around. He's a good character to be around. He's fun, but weight problem. You know, I think when he turned professional, I mean, I think he probably could have been a light middle. Do you know what I mean? Looking back, but he was that good. I remember my dad used to put him in sparring with any size. They couldn't touch him. Could not touch him. I mean, any size, big cruiserweights, just couldn't touch him. Couldn't touch him, and he was that good. He was that good, yeah.
That kind of, I mean, I don't know Billy that well. Know him enough to say hello and stop and have a chat and what have you, but people tell me at least he's a live wire in the gym, and I've been around him enough to be able to see that. But is that kind of little hint of, I guess, madness or whatever you want to call it, does that kind of make him, was that, I guess, sort of a bit of an enigma, Billy Joe sort of strikes me as?
Well, he likes a joke around and a wind up more than anything. But no, he's not mad. He's not mad. He's not mad, not at all. But yeah, no, he's had some good times. I learnt a lot with watching my dad and Billy Joe Saunders being built in that. I played my part as well, but it was a great experience watching him being built from Southern area right through to world champion. Yeah.
Obviously, we've done a pretty long, extensive interview, which you can go back and watch on Boxing Social after that fight. But just to touch on the Canelo fight, shame how it ended with you and Billy Joe, considering kind of the history between yourself and the family?
Yeah, I think so. Well, you know, nothing's really. We have no arguments. There's not been no arguments. I ain't had no arguments. I'm a straight shooter, you know. I play the game, and I'm a straight shooter. And along the way, if there's any problems, then say so, and then we'll have it out. And you know, if it ain't right, I shouldn't be there, then tell me, you know. And we had a good camp. He was in the best shape of his life, in the best shape of his life. And I think if you look back on any videos, it's all documented anyway. You know what I mean? But it was just yeah, shame. But yeah, I've watched the replay a couple of times, and I was proud the way he come out, and You know, he stood on them ropes and he stood out. I still get tingles up my spine against 73,000 people. And the process started in Martin Murray, and that process started that. We knew that we was going to get that fight, and it was a good, it was a long old process, 6 months of my life, but you know, I'm sure when we're all 10 years on, please God, we make it. We can look back and have some thoughts of positive and probably negative ones over it. But no, Billy Joe Saunders and his family, you know, we've got a lot of history with them, and they're nice people. And he could have been a better fighter.
As far as experiences go, that must have been right up there. You mentioned there 73,000, and it's like, yes, whenever you get 70,000 people to watch a boxing match, it's always going to be great. But particularly at the time where there hadn't been any crowds, there would be 73 people, let alone 73,000 people. Yeah. So being involved in that sort of atmosphere, and Canelo Alvarez, arguably certainly one of the greatest Mexican fighters of all time, that must have been brilliant to be involved in. Yeah,
it was a very, very good experience. I mean, you're so engrossed in your job and what you've got to do. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but
you don't take it in at the time. Yeah. You're focused on what you're there to do. Yeah. You can't be looking around going, "Oh, this is fantastic," because that's not what you're there to do. I understand that, of course. Yeah.
But no, what's his name? The Mexicans. They was. At first, I thought, well, are they hostile? But they wasn't. They were just passionate fans. There was families. They was all heckling us outside the hotel. But it was all quite fun. But no, it was a fantastic experience. Yeah.
Being that close to Canelo and kind of preparing a fighter to face Canelo Alvarez, what does that do for you as a coach, having to kind of work out how to beat, arguably, if not, general consensus, the #1 fighter in the sport?
Well, he's so strong, and he's strong, and he's got confidence in his distance. He's got confidence in his distance. He's in your distance. He rides shots, and you can tell he's a man that's never cut corners. I guess and that's what makes him pound for pound great. He's the readability factor. He's up there, and everything. That's why he's pound for pound great. Yeah, quality fighter, quality operator.
Moving up to cruiserweight now, apparently.
Yeah, I'm not too sure who's the cruiserweight. If the cruiserweight's not much copy, what I'm saying is he'd probably take care of him, but